everyone, and we're back. Paul here, Paul Trani, evangelist for Adobe. I'm here with the one and only Jesús Ramirez.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
What's up, Jesús? Yeah, crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild.
So happy to see you.
Only you're going wild, man. I appreciate it.
I am going wild.
Yeah.
I am jumping up and down inside.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Right.
But I don't know if you don't mind. It's actually been 3 years since we've been in the studio.
Yeah.
I think you were my last guest. Anna McNaught. There's some of us and all the things. But I don't know if you want to just tell people a little bit about yourself.
I'll keep it brief. I teach Photoshop on YouTube. That's probably how people know me the best. Professionally, I've been a professional graphic artist for over 20 years. Most recently, I'm a finisher in the Hollywood industry, which means that I create movie posters and TV posters for stuff that you might have seen on Netflix, HBO, doing a show on Discovery now. Actually, this morning I was working on it. I don't think I can name the show yet, but I'm sure something people have seen.
Oh, wow. He's getting in the Hollywood game, people. Look what happens. I leave him alone for a little bit.
For 2 years, and here you go. Becoming all Hollywood now.
He's Mr. Hollywood. We got Mr. Hollywood in the house,
Yeah.
which is going to be super fun, having that talent. Talking about, as you can see behind us, Adobe Firefly, and really just honestly having some fun today, and obviously taking your suggestions in chat. So keep those coming. We could see them. We could just see that. I don't know if it's refreshing or not, but... And we're also sharing our screen.
Yeah, there we are.
Well.
Wow.
Some things I didn't get to show also last hour we'll hopefully dive into. But to set up this hour, what we're going to do is we're going to just have some more fun with a couple different environments. We're going to take maybe 2 different subject matters and have fun with it. So, I was thinking space and then underwater.
Cool. Which one do you want to take?
I don't know. Which one do you want?
How about let the chat tell us? Does Paul take underwater or do I take underwater? Who takes space?
Yeah. Just help us decide. I wish I could do this in real life.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. What do I really want for dinner?
Yeah.
Do I have this? Do I have that?
Yeah.
Just order the sandwich, Paul. So those are our 2 themes: space, underwater, and then from there we're going to start hammering away, knocking out stuff. So that is the idea. We're using Adobe Firefly. It is in beta for image generation and so much more. In fact, if you kind of check out the explorations available, it's really awesome, sort of what's coming next, hopefully. And again, just explorations of seeing this Firefly technology in, Photoshop, Express, like different places, sort of in painting, out painting. I'm not giving away anything. I'm just throwing out ideas of things that I want personally.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
So it looks like Photomaker's saying, Paul space, Jesús water.
Okay, there we go. Done.
You want water. They might have heard that conversation of me asking for water earlier.
Oh, that's right. He was like, no, I just wanted to drink some water. I didn't want to. Okay, so I'm going to take space. You're going to take underwater.
All right,
We're going to get this party started. Just so you know how that works is kind of doing a text to image, but then also doing some text effects, which is, I think, really cool.
I love it.
Oh, kind of game changer. It's just crazy that image generation doesn't understand text. That's just kind of the...
Well, man, the thing is I became an artist because I don't know how to spell anything. So now I have to figure out how to spell things.
Yeah,
so
right?
They need a spell check.
Yeah, exactly.
Firefly.
I've been screwing up all day, but I'm gonna try sort of space galaxy.
Okay.
And I don't even know what Andromeda is. Probably a galaxy, but that's what I'm doing.
I'm just gonna type in underwater background with vegetation and a light source. How about that? Just to see what we get.
All right. So we already have some thoughts. Hatifa, girl riding a horse rocket and escapes outside Earth.
Okay.
So a horse rocket. That's interesting. I don't know what that is, but
right.
That's so fascinating. Already I like the lighting in here.
Yeah.
And what else can you do? You do say underwater background, because I think you could probably play with the angle a little bit. Down on the, and I don't know if you mind moving us to the left side of the screen.
Oh yeah, yep.
Jacob, if you don't mind. Zip up to
There we go.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Composition right down there.
Yeah, so let's do, what do you think?
I would try wide angle.
Wide angle? All right, let's check it out. And also, what aspect ratio are you gonna do?
Ooh, I'm gonna do widescreen.
Yeah, so am I. So I'm gonna change that to widescreen.
Yeah, that's good. So, and also this is something I learned in the past hour, you might want wide angle, and you might want shot from below or shot from above. You could take anything that you see on the right side and add it in your prompt if you want both. So it's not an either or. Just add both in, and you'll be good.
Cool.
So I'm gonna do multicolored galaxies. I'm gonna get some planets in there. It's gonna be amazing. A rainbow.
I like this because I feel like I
color.
need a proper backdrop that I can just add a whole bunch of cool stuff on top. So.
And I love, so this is cool lighting.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah,
like
100%.
this, again, as design eye, you have that focus on the center. So
Right.
it's a good composition, a good setup.
And also provides a clear light source that we can then find objects and characters that match the scene. So I love
Yeah.
it. I think I'm
And
going
you
for
could-
the bottom right. What do people think in the chat? Bottom right, or is there one that you guys like better? Because I'm going to let you guys decide in the chat. So make sure that you're letting us know. Ooh, I will add a sunken ship. I like that idea, Photomaker, and a diver as well. Perfect. Yeah. Ooh, Ruben is saying to try a supernova, Paul.
Universe. I'm into it.
Jacob's saying, where's Dory? That's right. I actually have the same memory span as Dory, by the way.
That's about me as well. It's like not. Ooh, look at I did multicolored universe. A little intense, but somebody did say supernova, so I'll try that. And that's all I'm doing is I'm just gonna start downloading some stuff.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Making sure that I'm just going downloading.
Yeah.
One thing we discovered last hour, or just an FYI, as you start to add things, blah 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 blah. If you hit your back arrow in the browser, it'll take you back to the previous designs you did. Which
that's really cool.
Everybody thinks to hit the arrow. No, that's not the case.
So do the browser arrow.
Yeah, use the browser arrow and. You'll
I agree with
awesome.
Photomaker. He's saying bottom right background is good, more open space to put content into. I completely agree with that.
Okay, I like that. Seahorses, super fun.
Yeah, seahorses. So I have.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
I
was just gonna say that, I think it's gonna be fun to have our compositions should kind of mix up things too. So you might have a rock. Maybe we have the same
sunken
spaceship.
rocket ship.
We could have a spaceship. Oh yeah. It could. Maybe we're creating a whole storyline.
Yeah,
here.
there we go.
It's in space. It's down there. Maybe I have seahorses. You have, I don't know, some other space type things. But obviously, it's like those two are very.
All right,
related.
I like that idea. All right, let's. You know what? I feel like I need to put something in Photoshop just to get my brain going. So there we go.
Can you make 3D? I mean, yes. Can we? Sure. 3D is one of those things that if you take a look at the exploration video, we're exploring sort of how you can use AI, specifically Adobe Firefly, to create variations for materials and things. Think Substance, 3D Painter, for instance. So, yeah, that is a thing.
All right, so sunken spaceship in the ocean. We'll see what we get.
I like it.
Ooh, these are really cool looking. Not exactly what I was thinking. It needs to be underwater. Or maybe I can put them underwater. Yeah, I can definitely put some of these underwater. I think just make sure. How about I put underwater?
I like it. That's just a really cool sort of background as well. All right, bioluminescent jellyfish that glow in the dark. Perfect.
Yeah,
works.
Ooh. Look at this.
I think that works in space, by the way, too. So we're gonna have our alien jellyfish.
For sure. You know what? I'm really liking the top right here, that sunken spaceship. I think it looks really cool, and I think we can make it work with what I have.
That's super fun.
All right. Like you said, I'm gonna download a whole bunch of stuff now.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Yeah, yeah, I mean, just really fast. I did sort of, there's the as it's known as the pillars of creation that the Hubble telescope has taken a picture of. So I literally just tried that phrase, pillars of creation. So it got something kind of like this.
That is really cool.
Which is super interesting. Starts to look like an alien landscape.
100%.
But still I want wide angle, planet on a planet. I don't know, we're just gonna see what happens. planets in the background.
All right.
And this is all part of it, experimenting. A giant angelfish with a luminescent lure. Oh, that's fun.
Wow. Let me try that one. Are you gonna try it?
You go right ahead.
All right.
Like, we're considering everything you guys say in chat. That's like fair game for either one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're just gonna go to town.
A giant. Okay, so I gotta make sure I type it correctly.
And while you do that, we showed this earlier. I don't know if we can go full screen for me, Jacob. And I want to make sure Jesus knows about this as well.
Yeah, please.
Just in terms of, I like this layout, using this as a reference image. So since right here. So if you like a particular one of those, but you want to sort of create variations on that, it appears right down here, and you have a slider. It says, hey, how much do you want the reference image to influence your results versus the prompt itself?
Should we start at the middle with that slider, or do you think we should push it to either side to begin with?
That is a good question. For one, I'm gonna stick straight in the middle, but what I'm gonna add is like, let's try this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like, I don't know, I don't even know how to spell, bioluminescent. I'm gonna add a bunch of just an entirely new prompt, but based on that image, and we're gonna see where it ends up. So, bioluminescent. So yes, the hardest part of our job today is spelling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I gotta spell this?
Well, I spent years as a designer not learning how to spell for a reason.
I know. Like, why do you think we don't do?
I know.
You know.
Why do you think we're artists?
We both would do Dream. Remember Dreamweaver and coding and websites.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, everything matters.
Yeah.
Whoa, that got trippy. Ooh, I'm glad this came up.
Ooh, what is
this? This did a multicolored.
Ooh.
Can we just take a second to absorb that? Look, it took this layout and said, hey, I will give you a synthwave, vaporwave, bioluminescent based on that.
That is really cool. It reminds me of like a 3D Tetris type of thing.
I'm into it. I'm getting like sort of multiverse of madness vibes.
Yeah.
Sort of same scene,
100%,
different cuts. Oh, I'm all about it and totally unexpected. You know, I'm probably not going to use some of these, but that's what this does right down here. If I crank it more to a reference image, you'll see the obvious change there. It'll make it more like the reference image, but still add, I guess it's just adding in multicolored. So again, that's what you do. You play with this stuff.
Let me see.
Will the commercial version of Firefly have a spell checker? Yeah, right. It needs it. Can I just have? Can I have spell checker for my mouth? For when you don't pronounce things correctly. Because I also do that on live streams. Spell checker for your mouth.
Yeah, for sure. I need a device implanted in my mouth so that I can also speak properly.
Right?
That's not how you say that. That's not a word.
I know. Like, it's like, why do I feel like there's marbles in my mouth sometimes?
Yeah. I tried a colorful coral reefs, which look super, super cool. I'm sure, again, I'm taking the Trani approach, and I'm just going to download a bunch of stuff.
It's a race, man.
Or should I
say? You see, we're generating things. Oh, that's fun. What did I even select?
I was going to say, or should I say Ryan Trani approach?
Oh, Ryan Trani. That's right, Freddie. Hey,
there
Freddie.
There you go. That's so
our
funny.
family they call us different names than what the public knows us as.
Exactly.
Which I think is awesome.
Yeah. And is Ryan your middle name, right?
Ryan's my middle name.
My middle name's Alfredo. So that's where the Freddy comes from.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. That's awesome. By the way, I wondered how to spell bioluminescent. It's actually under
there you go. Perfect.
Effects bioluminescent.
Yeah.
But look what it did. Like it does. This is how it interprets bioluminescent. This is great for me as a Photoshop compositor because I'm using that same layout and I get to start layering these one on top of the next.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And see how that turns out.
Super cool.
We don't know how it's going to turn out.
We have no idea. We'll see.
Cat as a king of lions in the jungle.
Ooh.
I say we do space cat.
Well, I'm going to do an underwater lion. Underwater
lion.
I'll
lion around.
I'll say underwater king of lions. Never mind. I'm going to do king of lions underwater.
You know what you should try too? Just like, again, we're all riffing.
Yeah.
I just could imagine could you imagine a lion's mane, but instead of like hair, it had like tentacles.
Ooh.
Or could you, it's fun to pair tentacles with like another animal. It's just.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that idea.
glowing. Oh wow, huh?
Ooh, I mean, there is an underwater lion for sure.
I love
that's exactly
the lower right.
I'm gonna download it, man.
I
think it'll work.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my god, that's really cool.
And
you know what I was thinking? I don't have to worry too much about perspective in this composite because things can be floating and they don't have to like sit on a proper ground plane. So almost anything will work.
Yeah, you're right. Everything's gonna kind of have a blue tint and all that.
Cool.
All right, I'm just still need a galaxy.
I feel like I need a main character or main, object in this, for the piece. What do you guys think it should be? Maybe it's the lion, I don't know. But if somebody has a really cool idea for a main character, I'd love to try it. And it can be something random, completely weird.
Okay. And is it a combo of things? I know Good Fruit Grower says, I'm wondering how you'd prompt half of an object, like half a planet mixed with half of a pear. I mean, I would try that, but the nice thing is that I might have to do some Photoshop compositing there, but I think that's what you're going to be dealing with is maybe mixing up some objects. I'll still try it. I'm going to do I'm going to get some galaxy of planets, multicolored. I also heard magical. Magical is a great word to use, and majestic.
I'm doing a
majestic.
Somebody suggested a unicorn whale cross between a narwhal and a seahorse. And wow, there we got just that.
Oh, wow. Huh.
I like it.
Interesting.
I'll definitely download some of these. Again, I'm not exactly sure which ones will make the final piece, but I do like some of these.
Yeah. Unicorn whale cross between a narwhal. Of course, wait, isn't a unicorn whale already a narwhal? Like, you just...
Hey, man, I don't know fictional biology.
I'm going to do jellyfish in space. Bioluminescent jellyfish.
How about this? Somebody said futuristic astronaut. I'm going to do a futuristic astronaut underwater.
Okay, so just to kind of answer some questions there. So we are dealing with Adobe Firefly. It's in beta, so we're dealing with the text-to-image generation, of images. We can do text effects as well. This is all in beta. We're looking to get your feedback, by the way. So, I'm all about it. Even just so you know, on my screen right here, get involved with the Discord. This is where you can ask questions right here. Anything you want to know. What I actually love is features and ideas. Seeing what's new in here. Can we have alpha channels, for instance? Things like that.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
But definitely get involved. We have all these different languages, and I'd love to take prompts from here as well, but you can kind of see what people are doing.
What's your number one wish list for Firefly?
I would love transparency. I spend most of my time cutting out images.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's super easy, but that's probably
I like that. Well, you do get transparency with the text effects.
You do.
But it'd be super cool if you got it with the text to image.
And always higher resolution. I would love to have the highest resolution possible. But look at these. Look at this, buddy.
Ooh. That one looks really cool.
You could steal it. You can have it.
We can have a shared Creative Cloud library.
I might set that up right now, actually. So give me 1 second, and I'll do it.
Love it.
So if you guys are unaware, I'm also cheating because I was with Samantha Warren, and she created all these cool characters.
No way, you're
But I didn't have a chance to drop in. I feel so foolish. But I'm going to share the same library with you.
I love it.
So is that cool?
Yeah.
Just switch off of my screen. And,
yep.
I don't know if you want to just type it in. Can you switch to Jesus's? There we go. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there you go.
Okay,
That's
so
me.
it's Jesus J Ramirez at gmail.com.
It's Jesus loves Ryan Trani at gmail.com.
Oh, into it. So now we're sharing this library. We can collaborate.
We can collaborate for sure.
Just really make a mess of things.
Yeah.
But there that is.
And then just drop everything in there.
Yeah, I'm just I download everything and then I take off. I leave town. I go to Mexico with my files. Why do I personally have them on a zip drive? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, enough of that.
All right. Oh, somebody's saying, can you guys show off the lettering from the Adobe Firefly preview?
Heck yeah. I think this is gonna be fun.
That one's really cool.
What I think would be fun, since you mentioned the text effects, I'm envisioning like a sci-fi novel. So have a cool name for a novel and use some of that text with some spaceships and some aliens.
I like that.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. And actually, you guys can give us ideas for the name for the novels, if we're gonna call these novels. So give us a name, and we might use those in the final composite.
And also, what I end up using is I use sci-fi novel generator.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
There's generators for everything, but book title generator. So, anyways, just give me some ideas. I don't really like this, but this is what I've used before. So sci-fi is selected, also fantasy, and then I'm just like kind of arc firing. Come on.
It looks like you have some fans from Mexico. Eric
Paragon
is saying
raging.
a big hello from Mexico.
I love the word Andromeda. Avian. Terra crying. All right, I'll just pick something. Zodiac of Polaris. That totally sounds
like
weird.
that.
I like the word Zodiac. I like
Zodiac.
Polaris.
Polaris. This is going to show you what a big comic book nerd I am. That is the name of Magneto's daughter in X-Men.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken. So here, I'm trying something different here with Firefly now. I actually asked it to give me a black underwater particle overlay, because I'm thinking about overlaying particles on top of everything, to kind of merge it together.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. So I like that one. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'll definitely download that one, but I don't know, I might have too many particles, so I'll probably just do what you taught me, which is, wait, how do you do that again?
Use a reference
Use as
image.
reference image, yeah.
You got it. So you're gonna do that. I'm gonna grab some of this stuff. And I'm gonna start playing around. So I love that. I'll show you the text effects here in a second.
Yeah.
Nerds are cool again. Nerds have always been cool. So yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, some of these have, I like some of these overlays that have a lot of depth to them. Some of them are in focus, some are focus. So clearly some are closer to the camera than others. So I think these are gonna work really good.
Oh, I love this. Those are gonna, or try like kind of what I might try, or what I was trying earlier was like sparkles. I think sparkles were kind of neat. But I wanna have a jellyfish planet, gigantic jellyfish planet floating through space. I don't know. All right. All right. Jacob, feel free. You could put mine up, or do a split view. There we go.
Yeah.
Now we got competition style.
There we go. Look at that. I mean, just adding a simple overlay just gives it so much more life. And it might be a little too much, and that's okay. I can just manipulate it later. But, just trying to get the idea of it having depth. I like incorporating a lot of depth into the work that I do, just because it makes it feel more realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really nice. Yeah, you knew exactly what you needed to type in. You knew you could use the blend modes. You're using
Blend
some
if.
of the blend if
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, and this is actually a cool trick. Since I know the background is black and I'm using screen for the blending mode, you can go into blend if and I can tell it. In this layer, I can just hide anything that's super black. But then if you hold Alt on Windows, Option on the Mac, and click and split it in half, it just, makes it seem like we have fewer of those particles. And then it just, makes it feel more, a little cleaner than what it really was. So I don't know. I'm still playing around with it.
Yeah, I like it. And that's such a good way to, if you're doing a lot of compositing, you can kind of hide some of your sins by doing that overlay and doing some whether lookup tables or some sort of overall shift.
And man, that's exactly right. Using a lookup table has saved my life so many times. Sometimes you can't get the, color right, the color matching right, but then you throw something on top of it and makes everything like a similar color, and it looks fantastic.
Yep. I often do. That's why I end up especially the more limiting the color palette is, it'll tie it all together. But we could talk about compositing all day long.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so I need help personally, by the way. Just in general, I just need a lot of personal...
Like in life, I'm here for you, man.
Yeah,
what do you need?
I need a lot of personal, where's my wallet? No, just joking. I think spaceship is too simplistic for me, and I'm still dealing with one.
Yeah.
But what's a unique... Oh, let's do retro? I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. It's like a jellyfish spaceship. I want something more unique than just a spaceship.
I see. How about
a shade? Not whatever. Donut. Does it look like a shark? Shark. Sharks already look like spaceships of the sea, anyways, don't they?
I guess they do.
Retro shark spaceship.
Okay.
So, anyways, I think, often they say creativity is like combining things that don't necessarily go together. So, anytime I'm stumped, I do try to think of the opposite. I don't know, we could talk about that all day long, too. Like, what gets you out of a funk? If you hit a roadblock, what do you do? Doing the opposite helps.
Yeah.
Absorbing things from other places. Again, I'll go on Pinterest. I'll go, say, Firefly. We have, people generating content, so that's a good place to look, too. So that is, again, another one if I just jump in here and share your work. I'm just kind of stumped. And a lot of times, take a break. And then when you come back, like somebody's already doing this sort of idea of sort of a astronaut, which will be a good thought as well. Look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about.
That's super cool.
So we just combined two different things, probably influenced by what you're doing, which is why it's like this collaboration with you guys, deep sea dystopia. I love that dystopia word. Marco.
And you know what's funny? That shark spaceship thing kind of looks like the spaceship I downloaded. It's got a similar look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it. We're starting to develop a whole story here.
Yeah.
Which I'm into.
100%.
I'll probably change the lighting and do some other things, and try to remove art. We'll stick with wide angle. So a lot of this stuff with the lighting. So I think dramatic or backlighting might work out well. And then also we already have sort of bioluminescent. But again, you look at this, you could add. And Samantha told me this last hour, was like combining as many of these as you want and just seeing what happens. So shark ship. That's doing its thing. Portraits of black holes.
Ooh.
So this got very this got too dramatically synth wavy for me. It's a little too far. Who do they think I am? James White? Signal noise? That's who I think of with this stuff.
There we
love
go.
his work. So we'll hit generate one more time and see what happens.
I noticed you're using a mouse. Have you seen people do composites with their trackpad? I don't know how they do it, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I got really good with my trackpad when I was traveling a lot. I just got used, and the mouse would be sitting right here the whole time, but I'm still oh, I'm in airplane mode where I'm just I do T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That's how you got so built, man. You're always, you're always squeezing them.
Now I got since I've been, working from home, I got room to stretch out. So nice. Wide angle. So here's some other pro tips. So we have wide angle there. I might want to have, I don't know, 90 millimeter lens.
Okay.
But you can add lens comments. You can have shot from above as well, and wide angle. So try all those things. I say try them. A lot of this is based off of keywords for the database of imagery, this sort of public domain, all that stuff. So there's so much stuff that out there is tagged certain things. You could try things like sort of octane render. You've seen some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, It just depends on the database. I think Midjourney, a lot of that stuff works out well because I think they're pulling from places that we will not pull from, and we won't even talk about that.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Does it actually render lenses? Yeah. So if there are sort of if there's lens data based on what I've just typed in, but look at this. This already is looking better.
Yeah.
By the way, and again, I need more steampunk, so I'll probably add steampunk to this.
Yeah. You know what? I think I will add some steampunk as well.
Yeah, steampunk's perfect for
like
old school. You know.
I just spent all this time trying to make it seem like the spaceship was underwater.
Yeah. You just gotta. I like it. You know what you're good at. You're just good at knocking out stuff.
All right, let's see. I need some more images. You said something about steampunk. What are you gonna do with steampunk? Ooh, lunar sea.
Well, this is what it gave me for steampunk because I'm like, oh, it needs more rivets and things. It gave me more rivets and stuff like that. So that's, what I'll try out.
I'm gonna try using the keyword steampunk with something I just read, which was, and the chat went up, so I totally missed it.
Angel.
Lunar sea dragons. Yeah.
Steampunk, angel, fish, alien. Floating in space. I'm trying to see if I need sort of a, like a person or something. It needs to add drama.
Yeah.
Like at least for mine, it's like needs a little bit of drama.
Ooh, here we go.
But again, fun to play with. Hey, why not download it? Done. Retro futuristic.
Retro-futuristic.
I mean, that's just a fun concept altogether. I'm
that
already loving this.
Is that what like the original Star Wars is?
Yeah. These days, yeah. Was it 79 when Star Wars New Hope came out?
Yeah.
But I love retro sci-fi. I think it's kind of cool. Sort of the Jetsons view of the world. So I'm gonna have let's do a steampunk astronaut.
And you know what? I added bright light above because that's where my light source is in my image. So I'm trying to get images that already have that same lighting so I don't have to worry about it.
That is awesome.
These guys look really cool.
What did you type in? Steampunk?
Steampunk lunar sea dragons underwater with a bright light above. And it was a combination of your steampunk idea and then somebody in the chat, and I want to give them credit. Who gave me that idea? It was Ruben. Ruben in the chat mentioned lunar sea dragons.
Lunar sea dragons, yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know which one. You know what? I think I can put these guys on the side. Kind of. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. Thank you for the suggestion, Ruben. They look really cool.
Yeah, this is the brain trust going on. I love it. Thank you, Zephyria and Ruben. So feel free to say hi. Just so you know what we're doing, we're about halfway through creating, I don't know, what's hopefully going to be some cool content for space and underwater. So we're just trying to be your hands extended as well. So give us some ideas. Those fish are very 10,000 leagues under the sea. Yeah. Oh, like submarine? I might do it's I don't know, is it a space submarine? On a planet. Steampunk astronaut standing on a planet. Yeah. So this is a case, again, at least in my situation, I'm not getting the sort of the full body. And that's where I'd come down to composition. And I would typically try wide angle, and I could still type in sort of shot from maybe below or above, depending on how it's going to work for my composition.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Firefly like in 10 years where, like now I spend most of my time looking at Adobe stock for photos that work. I spend more time sometimes searching for photos than actually working on the composite.
Yeah.
But can you imagine just literally typing exactly what you want, it comes up and you're done in a couple minutes?
Yeah. And I think about that, but at that point, I feel like what you're trying to do is going to be so complex.
Right.
We could talk about this all philosophically like all day long. Sort of behind view. Staring at a planet, staring at the sun. Don't stare at the sun, by the way. This is a trained professional astronaut, has a special helmet. But like, I think then things will be so complex. If you could get something done in 2 minutes, everybody's creating something that you could do in 2 minutes.
Sure.
And it's not going to stand out. Like, where will the industry be at that point?
Yeah.
How complex can you make things, and interesting, like, can you make things? So I think that's just interesting. That's looking cool too, by the way.
Thank you.
Into it. Next episode, you'll just talk to Photoshop and tell it what to do. It's like, yeah.
Make image
At least somebody
nice.
listens to me. Thanks, Photoshop.
We're like, no, Paul, I will not do that for you. You are not that handsome.
Yeah, standing. So I will not do that for you. On the moon.
Not let you lie to the good people.
Sun.
The Adobe Live audience.
That's right.
See, like sometimes when I'm masking, I like to create like just a solid color so that I could see better, because I get lost with that transparency background sometimes.
I've also, I don't know if you've ever done like sort of like highly detailed, some fun, or hyper realistic.
Oh yeah.
Realistic. Now that doesn't make sense since, sometimes you'll have art selected. So
Right.
obviously photo, hyper realistic, highly detailed, all those keywords.
But it's interesting to see what the AI comes up with when you put those opposing prompts.
Yes, good point. Good point. All about sort of matching things that might be different. So, kind of liking that. What is screwing us up? All right, so just playing with things, and this is what life is like. Just generating content. Like if I showed you like it's just all my folders of stuff. There's so much going on. Ooh, these are fun.
Those
I
look
should
really
try that.
cool.
These were rainbow droplets floating in space. That's another good idea. So let's this guy, like him. Back view. Something like that. Cloud shaped like a turtle. Love it. Thank you. That's a good call. Matthew Hand says sometimes you might have to exaggerate for the AI to understand.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So don't say large, go with like gigantic, things like that. Minuscule versus small.
I'm telling you, man, we have to learn how to spell and increase our lexicon if we want to be good at this.
Oh, I know. The struggle's real. But I think I found what I want. Like, I might do that image. Okay, so I have a lot of my components. I'm going to start dropping them in there. I'm going to get into the text effects really fast. We'll use the word like I forgot what we were going to use already.
Nebula mermaid. Ooh, nebula mermaids. I want to try that prompt. Oh, and I also had an astronaut too at some point. A cloud shaped like a turtle.
Yeah, that's isn't that yeah. Okay, so there that is. I better save my file. Space. So the nice thing is, even though like you currently can't, cut or can't generate alpha channels, it's really easy to just jump in and say like, do a remove background.
Yeah.
There he is, and I'll still have him floating. Maybe I'll have him, maybe I won't. I have a lot going on, just like in your file. Is yours a little crazy? Mine's a little crazy. So let's jump out, and I will generate title.
Well, and thankfully we chose some very forgiving subjects, because with underwater I can hide things very easily, all those little mistakes.
Right?
Or my sins, as you called them earlier.
I do call all my sins.
Forgive me, Paul, for I have sinned. I didn't name my layer.
Twilight, Andromeda, Rising. Okay, Rising's Nova Rising. Okay, fine. Nova Rising. I'm picking some short words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in here. Gonna do text effects, and this is where we'll type in NOVA, and this is gonna be space swirls, colorful planets, and spaceship and spaceships. See what happens. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Galactic Exodus.
You know what? I should also start working on my words. We don't have that much time. That looks really cool, though.
Marco, the message was retracted. I like Galactic Exodus. But look at this. Huh. I need something more like sparkles.
Yeah.
Sparkles.
Nova. What word should I use for underwater, guys? Give me a good word. And something short. Nova is a very good word, Paul.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. What,
let's
like,
see.
Oh, can I show you what I think you should use?
Yeah, please show me.
I've actually already done this.
Oh, great.
I've done an example.
Hey man, if you want to make my job easier, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah.
But so this is one of those cases where like I don't really want to influence your design.
No,
but
please.
I will show you really fast.
This is like collaboration stream. We're collaborating. Abyss. Ooh,
so I used Abyss.
Abyss. I like that.
You know,
that's a good word.
Here's a situation. We'll let this refresh. There we go. So, and again, you can kind of see the title right here.
Yeah.
Did the same thing you did. Kind of cut out everything.
Yeah.
And then start, controlling adding additional components like the swirls and stuff like that. So I think the trick with text effects is like you don't want to do every single word. Like it almost loses its importance.
Yeah.
But how can you take a simple word and make it super fascinating? Like you
like
almost
that.
have a tendency, this is what I fear with text effects, you might overwork things. You could easily go overboard. It's going to be super fun, but that's kind of where I ended up with. So we could use words like abyss, I don't know, something. Just what's a
scuba, watery, submerged. What about this? Is what came up with this.
Like the deep.
Ooh, that's
Maybe
like,
like the deep.
The Boys on Netflix. That's one of the characters. Again, I'm very nerdy. I know all about comic books.
Oh yeah, is that from The Boys? That's funny.
That's the underwater guy. Is the Aquaman-like character.
Yeah, that has actual gills.
Yeah, exactly. That dude. Yep.
All right, so
I kind of like
colorful
this.
galaxies.
This looks really cool.
That is looking fun. So also the text effect off to the side, the fit.
Yeah.
So okay, you're probably aware of this.
I like, and everybody should know this. I think it's very important. I like
that is really fun.
Yeah,
too.
I like the. I don't know in your experience, but for most of the things I've tried, I really like tight. Usually when I go loose, it generates all this other crazy stuff. Let's see what it does here. But
I'll end up and you'll probably do the same as me, especially if you have Abyss, you have repeating letters. They're going to be the same, but you obviously modify below.
Sure.
And download, download, tight, loose, things like that.
That's a very good tip.
All the things.
Yeah.
So here's a little kind of sneaking this. Like this isn't really like that public of info, just FYI.
Okay.
But you can have. And let me just copy this. Check this out if you want to switch to my screen really fast. So basically what we have here is we have three options, tight, medium, loose. But there is a prompt that you can add, which is outline strength.
What?
So outline strength is going to be from 1 to 100. 100 being really tight, 1 being really loose. So if we want to see it go really crazy, like we could just do 1, and it'll give us all this stuff. But it gives us more control than, say, these 3 buttons. So I'm trying to get... So look, you can tell already. Look how crazy this has gotten.
I like that a lot. And so what you're saying is tight is equal to 100, loose is equal to 1, and medium is like 50.
Yeah.
Got it. So if you wanted to go between tight and medium, you can do like 25 or 75.
Yes, exactly. Because this does get a little crazy. It might be too much. So in this case, 25 or 25%. Notice how there isn't 25%.
Right.
There's like... 0, 100, and 50. But now we're kind of playing with that a little bit more. So just something fun for you guys.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Just a bunch of exclusives here today. We're all learning.
Yeah. All the fun tricks that, us mere mortals don't know.
Ooh, that's a fun word too. Leviathan. That's just a fun word.
What?
It's a big word.
I don't even know what that means.
I think it's basically like a big, scary sea monster. Or like Cholulu might be a nut. But again, that's a weird spelling of a word. I like deep or abyss. So okay, so what was I doing? Nova.
Oh, you know what? I think I should have gone capital letters. Yep. I'm gonna go capital
Drop
letters.
in some capital letters. So Yeah, we have about 10 more minutes.
All right.
We need all the help we can get. We're going to try to hustle through this. I'm going to try to. And here's another a little FYI, content credentials. I've turned this on earlier, but I'm enabling this for this file. And then if you just drag it, first of all, I like dragging in images because it keeps the name, the layer name will be the same name as the file. Therefore, I have the prompt that generated that, you know. And I don't know what these numbers mean, by the way. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I got for you. So
I mean, if you don't know, then no one knows.
yeah, right. I'm really good at making up things, so. But again, hit preview. What do we have? Scroll down here. Oh, look, all that metadata. So all that content credentials, stay with it because I just dragged that file in.
I love it.
And anyways, I just thought I'd show that. There's our stuff. Here's our guy. Let's go to work. We have work to do, people. Memories of Callus. I love that you guys are just like coming up with stuff.
And really good stuff,
What
too.
was I gonna? I don't even remember my Nova.
All right. I finally got the word in there. But yeah, it's super cool. I forgot who requested this earlier, but yeah, this is
Let's do Nova Rising.
Nova Rising. That sounds really cool. It sounds like a movie for sure, or a book.
Yeah, so good call. Tommy, you are not wrong in saying that if you print it out, it won't look good. Good thing I'm not printing it out, though. So I think we sidestepped that.
Yeah.
So to your point, yes. This is not going to be vector. It would be a mess if it was like vector, and I'd want to approach it different ways. But yeah, good. Definitely good call, you know. And again, it's really up to us designers how we should use these tools.
100%.
Just because you can. Like, do you remember back in the day in Photoshop, like with Kai's power tools?
Yeah.
Long time ago.
You're dating ourselves, man.
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just ratted out we are a
At
little
least
bit
in my
older.
head, I assume that people assume I'm 21, but
You're 21. I'm 23.
times 2.
Times 2. Oh man,
no,
tell
me.
Oh, I know. We'll talk. We'll talk
Yeah.
more. But essentially, like, you know, I think when effects hit or certain thing is hot, you'll start to see it everywhere, and then you just need to. How are you going to differentiate? Like, people are going to. I'm going to be able to. Like, I could tell Midjourney stuff.
Yeah.
People I can tell that's Midjourney. Blah blah blah. Like, and honestly, like, how can you stand out as a designer and honestly, like, still be true to yourself as well? And I think that happens naturally. What do you think? Like.
I completely agree. I see a lot of people discussing AI and, you know, saying all the bad stuff and like, you know, where's the real artistry? Where's the, you know, the reality of being an artist? But the way I like to think about it is, isn't that how people must have felt back in Photoshop 3 when layers were added? Because if you're really, really good at creating artwork without layers, but then layers came about, those people probably said, oh, well, anybody can do Photoshop now because you can mess up.
Anybody can.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it.
Yeah. You know, and the fact that anybody can, not a lot of people actually do. Like anybody, my client can generate X. Your client's not gonna do X.
Right.
Like, I get it. We used to make websites. I always gave the clients the ability to edit their own website. Did they ever edit their website? No, they always called me up.
Yeah,
You're still
100%.
doing the work.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, conceivably somebody else could. They never do.
For sure.
So, I don't know. We're just talking trash here. I hope you guys
we are.
don't mind. But we're also having fun, and thank you for all these suggestions. As it's going to take me a while to kind of get this done. I don't know how you're doing.
Well, we got
over
like
there.
2 more minutes, I think.
No, what?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. So, and I also want to get that astronaut in here. So now I'm just in the point where I'm gonna like pull every trick I know to kind of make it seem like it's done, but it's really not.
Yeah. And again, this is the things you learn in art school, like drawing in the eye. What's your primary focus, your secondary focus? Does the color, like yours is perfectly green, mine's like kind of has this electric look, but like.
But it works.
All the art stuff I learned in art school I use to this day. It's just like
100%.
different tools.
100%.
You know?
And I often tell people, you know, people ask me, how do you get good at Photoshop? To be honest, learn traditional art. because your eye will, like everything that traditional art offers, you can apply to Photoshop to make something look realistic if compositing is your thing. Because with a canvas or pencil and paper, what you're trying to do is create the illusion of reality in a 2D paper. Same thing here. We're trying to create the illusion of reality in a 2D platform, and I think knowing those art principles really helps you a lot. Yeah,
we use them like to this day, just in different environments.
Sure.
Color, composition, again, just like leading the eye, pairing fonts. Am I using the right font for this? It's nice that stuff, we still use that.
100%.
So let us know what you think. Practice makes perfect as well. What do you think about like even try to imitate somebody else's style? What are your thoughts about it?
Oh, I think people should. At the end of the day, we're all imitating somebody. I mean, I don't know about you, Paul, but I can think back at the people that I looked up to growing up, and I was imitating their work, to a degree. And I remember seeing a cool movie poster or a cool piece of art on the internet and me replicating it in Photoshop just to practice. So
exactly.
I think it's good to especially when you're starting out, to experiment and learn from people that have been there before.
I agree, and even when you're trying to imitate somebody else, it's like we're usually doing it. So like I'll do it as an homage, like, oh, I want to do this. That's really cool. I'm going to try to do that. It never ends up like their stuff. It's hard to remove yourself from what you're making.
Right.
It always is going to have a piece of Jesus in it. It's never quite the same, and that's fun. And I think it's interesting. You find out more about your style by imitating other people's style 100%. And realizing, oh, my stuff does actually have a look.
Right.
But that's just a little tangent.
And I mean, you even see it professionally, right? How many movies have you seen where they pay homage to a certain style, a certain scene, a certain camera angle? It happens all the time.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta know this stuff. You gotta know kind of where you came from. Even all the styles in Firefly. What does all that mean? Well, I don't know if you went to art school. Did you go to art school?
I got my bachelor's degree in multimedia. So I took a lot of art classes,
Yeah, so good. Art classes, like you know what vaporwave means and pop art and cubism and Dada, like all this art history stuff I never thought I would need.
Right.
Yeah, no, this influences our work.
100%.
And where did these styles come from? Where did cubism come from? Or impressionism came post photography. The camera hit, it changed painting. Painting that didn't go away, but it just like made painting so much more creative. And speaking of creative, look at this stuff.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? That was right off of the sort of homepage of sample content.
Love it.
Big Bang Universe Explosion, super made out of bath bombs.
Bath bombs.
Oh, I want to jump into that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After a long day of work, you need it.
Yeah. So cool. So, very Lisa Frankish. Okay, that's good. We do stand on the shoulders of giants.
100%.
We're standing on everybody's shoulders in chat because you guys have been helping us.
Yeah, I mean,
with all
this is
designs.
everything in here has been from some suggestion,
which is so good. But yeah, we're down to probably the last 3 minutes, and I hate how fast things go. Yeah, it's all a matter of perspective. And that's what we're working on. We're working on our perspective in here.
You
have your astronaut. I got my astronaut. We gotta hurry.
Yeah.
Come on, Nova Rising.
We can
what
do
is
this.
Nova? Nova's gonna be a shark.
I'm trying to figure out how do I get green? Oh yeah, the opposite of magenta. The pressure's on.
Oh man, it is on.
You know what? I'm going to use the Pole Trani technique, and I'm going to use a color lookup adjustment here.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to be my get out of jail free card.
That's just going to tie it all together.
Yep. I'm just trying to find one that I kind of like. Oh man, there's a lot of good ones. That one's kind of cool. If I had more time, I would ask the chat, but I think we have like a minute now.
Yeah, we probably only have like a minute. So, so join us, guys. Like, wherever you're watching this, bookmark it. Like, we're going to be here kind of going forward. Hopefully, like weekly is the plan. So stick around. I think it's going to be really fun. And I'm looking forward to us just like all growing together as artists and designers. And to see us in a year from now is going to be so awesome. And to be at the beginning, our very first day in the studio.
Yay.
My good friend, Jesús Ramirez. So good seeing him.
Good to see you, man.
Awesome what he does. And again, our brain trust of you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Looking at chat, Daniel and Zephyria and Matthew and everyone, you guys have been awesome. I guess we're kind of winding down. I don't know if you want a final reveal on yours and then on mine, and then we'll cut.
Yeah, just a couple seconds on each. There we go, Abyss.
Mine is.
And there's a crazy giant lion behind them. Oh, look at that shark.
I got a jellyfish. I got lots of things that it's gotten to be a mess. What not to do? We're gonna just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah,
keep an eye out for your social media. Maybe you'll end up posting this or just.
I definitely will. I definitely will. I'll be and then on other social medias as well.
Photoshop training channel.
Photoshop training channel. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
So much. Jesús Ramirez, Paul Trani. We are out. We'll see you guys soon. So see ya.
All right.
See ya.